Alright, today we are going to discuss reapportionment. Reapportionment is something that many students struggle with. It is not a word that is commonly used in the English language, so today we're going to go in a little bit more depth with it to help everyone clearly understand it. So reapportionment is something that occurs in the legislative branch of the government in local, state, and federal governments. So, as we talked about before, there are 435 members in the House of Representatives in Congress. This is different than the Senate because the Senate, if you recall, has 100 members. This means that each state gets 2 senators in Congress. The House, however, is based on population of the state. So of the 435 seats in the House, they have to be divided among the states. Now, in order to make sure that there is equal representation among the states, every state will at least receive 1 member in the House. However, the rest are all based on population. So, if a state has a lot of population, like California, for example, they will receive many more members in the House than a state, say, like Alaska, that only has 1. So, in order to make sure that population is reflective of the members in the House, reapportionment occurs every 10 years. So, reapportionment is the redistributing of states to reflect population in each state. So, this means that if a state's population increases relative to the United States, so this is not just, I'm Alaska and we gained 1,000 people in this last year, we should get another member. No, it's relative to the United States. So if for some reason Alaska were to have a large influx of immigrants or a high birth rate that made it have a huge population increase, then they would be given more members in the House, more seats in the House. So how are we able to see the population in each state? Well, this is where the census comes in. The census is something that happens every 10 years. The Constitution requires it. And the census is going around and checking population in each state. So when the census comes out every 10 years, the legislative branch has to look at the seats in the House and how they're distributed. As I said, if a state were to increase greatly relative to the rest of the United States, they would receive more members. And if a state's population decreased, they would receive less seats in the House. As I said earlier, this is a fixed number, so this does not mean that if the U.S. population grew by 2 million in the 10 years since the last census, they would add more members. No, it's a fixed number. It is divided based on population in each of the states. So reapportionment is what happens when you are redistributing the seats in the House. It is a crucial part of the legislative branch, and if we did not have reapportionment, it would not be fair representation of the U.S. So it's something that is really important to the government and to democracy. I hope this video helps you understand. If you have any more questions, make sure to bring them up to me in class when I see you next. Alright, have a good day.